What's up, guys? JJ Goji's having 5 here, and today I'm going to be reviewing all my figures of 2021 so far. I just felt like doing a video about my collection video because it's been over a year ago, and I just wanted to review all the new figures that I got this year so far. So today we're going to start my bottom row. I have the Bandai Movie Monster Series Destroyer. I ordered this one online for like $30 to $35. All the Bandai Movie Monster series did have a tag, but I took the tags off. I have the tag somewhere. I have a tag collection. I saved up all the tags on the figures that I bought. I really like this guy. I like how you can fold the wings open. Like this. Really come in handy. And the real two bottom wings right there. He's actually one of my favorites. Anyway, time to move on to the next figure. This figure here is the NECA 1964 Godzilla from the movie Godzilla vs. Mothra, or Godzilla vs. The Thing. My mom saw this one at Target and she asked if I had this one. I told her I didn't have it and she wanted to give me for it. So I'm really glad she got this for me. I always have all the NECAs now. I'm just missing a couple. Really like this guy. Anyway, time to move on to the next figure. Okay, my next figure is the Bandai Movie Monster Series Gigan, the Showa version. And to be honest, I really like him. I used to have the I think it was a Bandai American version of him, but I lost him. So when I saw him online, I wanted to get him because it looked just like the other one I had, and I really like him, and I really like him. But I can't choose who between I like more, him or the Final Words version. I gotta decide which one. Anyway, on to the next figure. Okay, here I have the NECA Burning Godzilla. The original Burning Godzilla. I really like him. It's just, to be honest, there's not really, like, when I saw him at Target, there was only one left, so I'm really glad I got him. I really like him. I like the red eyes. And I like the spines, or not the spines, the dorsal fins. He reminds me of my old 90s version of this I had. I really like him. Anyway, on to the next figure. My next figure is the Bandai 1968 Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Hedorah. He was one of my childhood favorites. I got him when I was like really little. He was one of my first Godzilla figures. Really happy to have him. He's still in really good condition. I usually play with him, but I don't really play with him that much because I really don't want to break him or anything. So he's one of my OG favorites. Anyway, on to the next figure. Okay, this is King of Monsters from Ultraman. I got him at G-Fest for around $7. Really glad to have him. I can only find King of Monsters for like around $45, $50, but when I saw him for $5, I was really happy to get him. My brother's the one that told me about this figure, only being $5, so I just had to get him. I really love his wings, and I love these things right on his chest. I don't want to call them teeth, but they look a lot like teeth. Really happy to have him. I love this crown looking detail on his head. Anyway, on to the next figure. This is my very first Godzilla figure. It was like the 1954 Bandai Creations version. You can tell he's missing a couple of his dorsal fins because I've had him like when I was like maybe like 3. He's like one of my oldest Godzilla figures, probably the oldest. And I kind of decided to paint him white to resemble Ghost Godzilla. Kind of like a fan-made Godzilla. I really like him. This is one figure I just don't want to throw out because it's like one of my childhood Godzilla figures. I really love him, even if he's kind of broken. Doesn't faze me though. Anyway, on to the next figure. Okay, this is the Bandai Burning Godzilla. I think it's Bandai Creations. I've had him for like a long time as well. I also kind of glued his tail. It was kind of a little broken, kind of bending off, but not as good as new. I really love him. He's not black. He's a gray with orange. He's a different kind of Burning Godzilla, but I really love the little sparkles on him and the detail. I really love him. He's a really good figure. Anyway, on to the next figure. Next, we got the Bandai Movie Monster Series 2014 Godzilla. I got him like 6 years ago. Yes, 2015. My mom ordered him for me, and really like him. I wanted to get the Muto as well, but the Muto is just like, I cannot find him anywhere. He sells it for like $600, $700 on eBay, and I could not find him at G-Fest. Oh, and when I mentioned G-Fest, I'm talking about in 2019, because there hasn't been a G-Fest in over 2 years because something. I don't want to say it, but a little pandemic that's been going on, but yeah, in 2019, that was the last time I went to G-Fest. But I'm really happy to have him too. Anyway, on to the next figure. My next figure is the NECA 1954 Godzilla. He kind of has the derpy eyes looking straight down. It's kind of funny to me, looking straight down. He was the last one at my store. I saw him and I had to get him. This is really one of my favorites. The OG Godzilla himself. Anyway, on to the next figure. This is Cretaceous King Ghidorah from Rebirth of Mothra 3. He was one of the figures I was looking for at G-Fest. This is one of the main reasons why I went to G-Fest as well. I was looking everywhere for this guy, and I saw him for $35. That was like a really good deal, and I just picked him up. Really happy to have him. Next, I'm trying to get Grand King Ghidorah, but I haven't had no luck with him yet. He's always so expensive. I'm hoping to get him probably next G-Fest. Then probably might as well get Des Ghidorah as well. My next figure is I bought this Martha Leo at G-Fest for around $20. She's apparently missing. No, not she. He. I gotta remember Martha Leo as a boy. He's missing one foot, but it doesn't really bother me because it's still in really good condition. Really glad to have this figure. Not too much to say about it, but I gotta get Des Ghidorah to rival with him. On to my next figure. I have the Bandai Movie Monster Series Mecha King Ghidorah. Really happy to have him because there are not too many Mecha King Ghidorah figures out there, and he's just about the right size. Gone for around $3. Really happy to have him. Nice King Ghidorah to add to my Ghidorah collection. On to the next figure. This figure is the Bandai Movie Monster Series. Wrote him from Godzilla Final Wars. And I'm really happy to have him. Got him for around maybe 20. He wasn't really that much because he's kind of like, just kind of a little figure. He can stand if he wants to. No, he's not going to stand on carpet. But I'm really happy to have him. I have a Final Wars Godzilla that matches with him and Anguirus. Yeah, I do have King Caesar as well, so I can make that battle. Gotta get Monster X at some point. Anyway, on to the next figure. My next figure is the Bandit Movie Monster Series Mogira. Really happy to have him, and I got the Space Godzilla with him as well. I got both at the same time. Really happy to have him because he matches the Space Godzilla. Not really much to say about him, but I just really love him because he's one of the only Mogira figures out there. He can move his arms. He can't really move his legs, but it doesn't really matter. At least he can move his arms. Not really much to say about him, but I really love him. Little pelican. Not pelican. Penguin. Oh my gosh, a pelican. Anyway, on the next figure. My next figure is the NECA 1962 Godzilla from Godzilla vs. King Kong. I really like this guy. He was one of my first NECAs. One of my actual favorites as well. Not really much to say about him, but just that I really like this guy a really lot. On to the next figure. My next figure is the NECA Shin Godzilla, the Atomic Blast version. He does have, originally has 2 atomic breaths, but one for his tail and one for his mouth. But I kind of lost the one for his tail. It's in my room somewhere, but I managed to find this one. That's all that matters for me right now, and I like him a lot. It's just, he has his flaws. He's a good figure, in my opinion. I don't hate him. It's just, he has his flaws. On to the next figure. My next figure is the 1984 Godzilla NECA. This is the newer version where they changed his dorsal fins. I really like him. And I'm sorry if my camera's a little blurry. I don't know what the problem is with that. But I'm trying to make it the best I can to where it's not blurry, but it's not really doing anything. So I just wanted to say that. But anyway, I really like him. I found him at Target. I saw 6 of him. And I realized I never had this guy. And I really like the model of his face. Like, it looks just exactly like the movie. I'm really hoping this Monster Arts makes a figure of him. On to the next figure. My next figure is the NES Godzilla. He looks just like 1984. But I really love his design. I love his dorsal fins with the 1984 head. And it's got like the pixel details on him. I know it's a little hard to see. But I just really like this guy. He's one of my fan favorites. I got him like 4 years ago. Really happy to still have him. And he's really in good condition. On to the next figure. My next figure is the Bandit Movie Monster Series Biollante. I'm really happy to have her because there are not too many Biollante figures out there. And all the other ones other than her are just so expensive. I just cannot get my hands on Biollante till now, so I'm really happy to have her. She's a little small, like 5 inches, but I really don't mind that. I'm just really happy to have a Biollante figure from Bandit Movie Monster Series. Because there are not a lot of Biollantes. These 2 kind of like arms up here are painted, but the 2 back here are not painted. But it doesn't really faze me. Like I said, I'm just really happy to have a Biollante in my collection. On to the next figure. This figure is actually one of my... This figure is actually my most recent figure that I got. This is the Godzilla Ultima from Godzilla Singular Point. Really happy to have him. Gone for around $40, but it was worth it in my opinion. Because there's only a couple of him left in stock. And really happy to have him. I'm actually watching the new anime right now. I'm actually catched up with it. I'm really happy. Not really much to say about him because I don't know everything about him yet. But when I do, I'll be sure to talk about him some more. Now on to the next figure. My next figure is the Playmates Kong with fighter jet. I'm really happy to have him because I have almost all the Godzilla Kong toys now. And we're missing a couple more. But other than those figures, I'm really happy to have him. I really like the jet. It actually fits in his hand to like where he can actually like throw with it and hit Godzilla with it or something like that. And he has the battle damage just like the Kong with the axe. I really like that. And I really like how they changed his face so you can tell the difference between each Kong. Now on to the next figure. Now this figure is the Bandai Movie Monster Series Gigan Godzilla Final Wars version, or 2004 or 2005. I don't know how you say it, but I really like him. Got for around $25. He stands just about as tall as the Showa Gigan. Here's a little size comparison. Just about. But I got both Gigans. I'm actually surprised that there's only 2 Gigans in the whole Godzilla franchise. Oh, I really hope he comes back. Like a better new Gigan that comes out. Now on to the next figure. My next figure is the NECA Godzilla's Kingdom Monsters. The NECA Godzilla's Kingdom Monsters. The normal one. Standard version. I got him the minute he came out because I knew he was going to go out of stock quickly. I really like him a lot. He's almost just like the 2014 one, but you know, obviously the sparks are different. Everything on him is different, but really except his head. His head's still different, but man, my camera is so blurry, but I just cannot fix it. But anyway, I really like him. One of my favorite NECAs of all time. Fortunately, mine doesn't have the derpy look. My eyes the eyes in this figure are standard. Nothing wrong with them. Now on to the next figure. My next figure is Servum from Godzilla Monster Planet. Well, actually the Godzilla anime trilogy. Really happy to have him. He's kind of small. Kind of like... He's not really no bigger than my hand. Well, he's actually a little bit bigger than my hand, but he's decent size. He was actually my first Godzilla anime figure. I got him before the actual Godzilla. I really like his wings, how they almost look like a dragon as well. And his head, I like it as well. He's a really good figure in my opinion. Now on to the next figure. My next figure is the Bandai Movie Monster Series Godzilla 2000. Really happy to have him. I'm actually really happy to have him. I bought one in the past, but I lost him. So I'm really happy to have him back. And this one's actually in better condition than the last one. I just need like an Orga or a Mega Gearus to go with him. But still, I'm really happy to have him. Great figure in my collection. I hope nothing bad happens to him. Now on to the next figure. My next figure is the Bandai Movie Monster Series Rodan from Godzilla Kingdom Monsters. He's just like the Final Wars Rodan, but he's just a little bit smaller and his legs don't spread apart. They're kind of like they're stuck together. And he has like this smile. I know you can't really see it, but you can kind of see it. But I really like the orange effect on his wings to make it look like fire. I like the kind of like the folds and cracks. Not really much to say about him, but other than he's a great figure in my collection, in my opinion. Now on to the next figure. Now this is gonna be my first actually Monster Arts Godzilla that I'm reviewing in my collection so far, and it is the 2019 Burning Godzilla SS Monster Arts from Godzilla Kingdom Monsters. Really happy to got him. Really happy I got him. And it took me about like, I pre-ordered him when he first came out on Big Bad Toy Store, and it took a while, but it was worth the wait. I'm really happy to have him. Even though he didn't come with any accessories, I still like this figure because he's not gonna be out for that long. Because he's a web exclusive, so he's maybe gone soon. But other than that, I'm really happy to have him. He's a great figure in my collection. Now on to the next figure. This is another recent figure that I got. This is the Battle Royal Godzilla from Godzilla vs. King. I said Godzilla vs. King Kong. Godzilla vs. Kong, the 2021 version. He makes noise because there's a button right there. Let me show you. He has 2 roars. I just need to get the Battle Royal Kong so I can put them side by side because I only need 1 left. I like how his spines look, the blue, I really like the blue. But down here, the blue just kind of just starts. It looks like crayons. But other than that, I really like him. I kind of like how his neck's looking straight up so you can make him look like he's swimming. That's what I usually do. When he's kind of standing, you can always just look into the atmosphere. But I like how they have him swimming. Anyway, on to the next figure. This is the Playmates Skullclaw figure from Godzilla vs. Kong. He was one of my first Playmate figures. Really happy to have him. I really like the red on his back and how you can literally just like take his whole back off. Right here. You can kind of like see his like back and his ribs. Just like peeled all red. Just give me a sec while I put this back on. Okay, there we go. Other than that, I really like him because he's like the second official Skullclaw figure that we got. Other than just the one from Kong Skull Island. The Leonard version of him. Now on to the next figure. This is another custom figure that I have, and it's originally the Bandai Movie Monster Series Mechagodzilla 3. But I painted him to look like all black with yellow eyes and the red. I wanted to make a different variant of Mechagodzilla. Make him look black. I don't know why I chose black, but I just like it a lot. I really like the red right here. I plan on to make more custom figures in the future. Be honest, tell me in the comments what kind of figure should I make as a custom. Anyway, now on to the next figure. My next figure is the Bandai Movie Monster Series Godzilla 2017 from Godzilla Monster Planet. This is Godzilla Phileas. Really happy to have this guy, and really like his legs, like his bulk legs, and I also call him Plant Goji. I really love the like dorsal fins on him. Kind of like his good smile. He's another good figure to have in my collection. Now on to the next figure. My next figure is the Bandai Movie Monster Series Anguirus from Godzilla Final Wars. He's another really good figure in my collection. The only problem for him is that he's a little... Well, actually, that's not a problem. I thought it was a little bad that he was a little soft, but what am I saying? This is a Bandai vinyl figure. Some are going to be soft, some are going to be like hard plastic. I got him at G-Fest for around $30. He was a real worth it for me. But I didn't really see anything bad with $30. Now on to the next figure. Here is another figure that is SH Monster Arts. And this is the event exclusive Godzilla 2019 from Godzilla Kingdom Monsters. Really happy to have him. My mom got me him on Bandai Premium, and really happy for this guy because Well, I really love the all blue because blue is actually one of my favorite colors. And when I saw the all blue, I just thought I had to get this figure. He also comes with a card. Hold on, let me go get it so I can show you guys. Here is his card. I really love the detail on the Godzilla. How he's all blue and there's electricity in the bag, and how he has his atomic breath ready to shoot. And on the bag, it just tells you about this monster art, Godzilla Kingdom Monsters, Godzilla 2019 Event Exclusive Color Edition. Really happy to have him. He also comes with atomic breath for him, so you can just place his mouth like all the other Godzillas. Really happy to have him. Now on to my next figure. Now this figure is the Bandit Movie Monster Series Gamera from Gamera 3 Revenge of Iris. I think that's what it's called. I think it's Revenge of Iris. But other than that, I really like this guy. I got him at G-Fest for $25. I really thought it was a good deal for me, my opinion, because he wasn't too expensive and he's in really good condition. There's nothing really wrong with him at all, actually. I'm just really happy to have a Gamera in my collection. But now on to the next figure. My next figure is the Bandit Movie Monster Series King Ghidorah from Godzilla Kingdom Monsters. I actually really love this guy because after I got him, I completed all the Bandit Movie Monster Series for Godzilla Kingdom Monsters. And I'm just really happy to have him. I love how he can stand on his two legs, and he's kind of just like the other King Ghidorahs. And another thing about his back, he looks so muscular in his back. I don't know why they made him like that, but it doesn't really faze me. I also like how his tails actually look like the tails in the movie. The little rattle thing, how he rattles his tails like a rattlesnake. But anyway, I really like him. Not really much to say more about him. But now on to my next figure. My next figure is the Leonard Skullcrawler from Kong Skull Island. This is the first Skullcrawler figure to ever come out. The official Skullcrawler figure. And I really like him. But there's not really too many Skullcrawler figures out there. Let me show you a little size comparison between both the Skullcrawlers, side by side. The Leonard Skullcrawler is a little bit taller, but this Skullcrawler is a little bit bigger and longer. I'm really happy to have both of these guys. Both you got the big one, and here's just a normal Skullcrawler. They I put them right by my Kong figures, and they match up really well. But anyway, on to the next figure. Here's my next figure. This is the NECA Godzilla 1956 poster edition. The poster where he's immediately shooting down the people, saying Godzilla Kingdom Monsters over the top. I don't know if you guys know about that poster, but I know some of you guys do. Or maybe the people who have this figure just like me. He's just like the 1954 one, but he has a different paint variant. Okay, there we go. A different paint variant, kind of like the red spines and the green and the fires, orange, just like the poster. I'm really happy that NECA made him like that. But now on to the next figure. My next figure is the Bandit Movie Monster Series, Mothra from Godzilla Kingdom Monsters 2019. She is actually really small. She's not really that tall, but she's actually really long. Not really much to say about her other than I really like her and I'm glad to have her in my collection. Now on to the next figure. My next figure is the Bandit Movie Monster Series Godzilla Earth thermal version. I was about to say vision. Thermal version. This is the figure where he's about to shoot his atomic breath. As you can see, his dorsal fins are blue, like he's charging up his atomic breath. And I really like how he's bracing himself. He looks like he's bracing himself to shoot that blast. He has those little T-Rex arms. But it doesn't really faze me. I really like the blue on him. It's just like a crystal clear blue. And this is Godzilla Earth because of the chin. I don't know if you can really see it, but he has a really kind of spiky chin. And I really like the mouth open effect. I really like that. But now on to the next figure. Okay, my next figure is the Bandit Movie Monster Series Shin Godzilla from Godzilla Resurgence. This movie came out in 2016, and really happy to have this guy. My uncle got him for me. Really happy to get him. He's actually one of my favorite Godzillas. I really love his long tail. Not really much to say about him, but I really like him, and I'm really glad to have him in my collection. Now on to the next figure. Okay, my next two figures are, well, we got Gamora, and then we got Mecha Gamora. I got these two each for $10. I'm really happy to have these guys. I ordered them online. I'm really happy to have both of them because I saw the show where they actually did fight each other. And after I saw them fight each other, I really wanted to get these figures. And when I saw them for like 10 each, well, not each, I could get both of them for 10. I just had to get both of them. But by far, I like Mecha Gamora more. No offense to the original Gamora, but I just love his design, and I really like the red here and the horn and almost everything about him. But I still love the original Gamora as well. But now on to the next figure. My next two figures are the Mothra Larvae from Godzilla Tokyo SOS. I'm pretty sure that's what this Mothra is from. And this Mothra is, well, I want to say the Final Wars version, but this one was also in Tokyo SOS. So I'm just going to go with Mothra 2003. I got these two around the same time as well. I'm really happy to have both of them because this is actually the only Mothra Larvae I have in my collection. So I'm really happy to have her. And I'm really happy to have this Mothra as well. But now on to the next figure. My next figure is the NECA Godzilla 2003 from Godzilla Tokyo SOS. This is the Kiryu Blast version where Kiryu shot him and electricity went all over him. I really like this guy. It's just the yellow, reminds me of like Ghidorah. Not saying this is a Ghidorah Godzilla or anything, but I just really like the yellow on him, and I love his blue spines. And I really love how long his tail is, because he has such a long tail. Here, let me show you. That is actually a really long tail. Not really much to say about this guy, but I'm really glad to have him in my collection. And now on to the next figure. My next figure is the Playmates Godzilla